So the next thing is the clipping category. So basically there are three clipping category. First one is the category 1, that is completely visible line. Second one is category 2, that is completely invisible line, that is those are not visible. And the third one is called as category 3, that is candidate for clipping, that is actually partially visible line. So all these three category has certain rules that you have to follow. So first one is nothing but the category 1. Category 1, that is the lines which are completely visible. So for this there are two rules that it has to follow, right? So first one is what? Both the endpoints of the line should have region code as 000, and the second one is the logical end operation of those lines should also have value as 000. So what is the rule? Region code for endpoints should be 000, and the logical AND operation should also be 0000. If this condition, both the conditions satisfies, then only we can say the line is completely visible. Second one is category 2, that is invisible line. The lines that are completely invisible. So for that, what is the rule? The logical AND operation for the line or the end points should not be 00. Logical AND should not be 000. So the condition for the line to be completely invisible is that the logical AND operation of the region codes of the endpoints should not be 0000. So that is the rule for that. And the third one is the category 3, that is partially visible, you can say, as well as candidate for clipping. So for this, again, the logical AND operation should be 0000. The first condition for partially visible is what? Logical AND operation should be 0000, and at least one region code for the endpoint should not be 00. So this is the condition for the category 3. So partially visible के लिए क्या condition है? Logical AND operation should be 000, but at least one region code for the AND operation should not be 00. So that is the condition for partially visible line. Now we will see that by some example how to do that. For example, I will take one line as here. I will take a line as P1, P2. Now I am taking a line as P3, P4. Then I am taking a line here as P5, P6. Then I am taking a line here as P7, P8. Then I am taking a line here P9 and P10. So there are so many lines that we have taken for example. Now how we will solve this? So first thing is that you have to create a table and then you will write all the lines which are there. So first line is, what are the lines? So first line is what? P1, P2. So I'll write P1, P2. Second line is what? P3, P4. So I'll write P3, P4. Next line is what? P5, P6. So we'll write P5, P6. Then there is P7, P8. And the last one is P9 and P10. So these are 5 lines that we have taken. Now we have to write the region codes for these endpoints. So those are what? Endpoints region code, right? So that we have to write. So for line P1 and P2, so first we will write for point P1, then we will write for point P2. So for P1 lies inside this region, so we have to write that region code. So P1 lies in this window, so that region code is 0000, and P2 lies again in the region code 0000. So we will write here. So this is the first point, this is for the second point of the line. Next we will write for P3. Now P3 lies inside this code. So it is 0001, and again P4 lies with the same region code 0001. Next one is P5 and P6. So P5 lies in 0001. So this is what is the region code for P5. Next for P6 is 0000. So that is for the P6 point. Next is P7 point. So the region code for P7 is what? 0100. And for P8 it is 0010. Next one is for P9 and P10. So P9 lies in this region, that is 1000, and P10 lies in 0010. So what we have written here is the region code for all the endpoints. Now what we have to do is the logical AND operation. So logical AND operation. So what we have to do is the logical AND operation for this region codes. So it is nothing but the AND operation. For this the answer will be 0000. For this logical AND operation will be what? 0001. For this logical AND operation will be what? 0000. And for this one also it will be 0000. And for the last one as well it will be 0000. So we have got endpoints region codes. We have also got the logical AND operation for that region codes. Now we have to write the remark or the result, you can say, as well as the remark you can say. Okay. So first for line P1 and P2, what is the category? Which line it is? In which category it is actually falling? So as you can see, both the region codes of the endpoints are 0000, as well as the logical AND operation of this line P1 and P2 on this region code is also 0000. So actually this falls inside the first category, that is visible. That means what? The line P1 and P2 is actually visible line. That means what? It is actually inside the window. Next line is P3 and P4. Now when you see P3 and P4, you will notice that the endpoint region codes are not 000, as well as the logical AND operation is not 000. So this is actually the second category, that is category of invisible. That is, the line is completely invisible. So as you can see in the diagram as well, P3, P4 is invisible line. So how we got? We got this by using logical AND operation. That is, your logical AND operation for the region code is not 00. So you can see it is of category 2. Next one is P5, P6. If you see P5, P6, you will see that the logical AND operation is 0000, but one of the region codes is not 000. So this falls into category 3. That means it is what? Partially visible. P7, P8, again the logical AND operation for this is 0000, and the endpoints also, region codes also, it's not 000. So again it falls into category 3, that is partially visible. Similarly for P9 and P10, logical AND operation is 000, and the endpoints are not 00. So again it will fall in category 3, that is partially visible. So as you can see from this remark as well as you can see from this diagram, you will understand we have correlated these things. So P1, P2 is actually inside the window, that's why it is visible. P3, P4 is completely outside the window, that's why it is invisible. P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, P10, that is actually partially visible. That means what? Some part of that line is inside the window and some part of that line is outside the window. Now what we have to do is we have to find out the lines which are inside the window. That is the thing that we have to do. Now what we will do is we will find out for P5, P6 and P7, P8 and P9, P10. So what are the general formulas which we can use to find out the line or the intersection point on the window? So for example, if I am talking about line P5 and P6, what I am interested is in the line which is visible. So if I am talking about P5 and P6, the intersection point to the window is this point. That is, I can give as P-5 or P-6, P6. So what I am interested in the line is P-5 and P6 because we know that that is a visible line. Now can you tell me how we can do that? By using a simple formula of slope intercept form. What is that? Slope intercept form of line. Now the slope intercept form for line, that the equation is given by nothing but what? Y2 minus y1 is equals to m x2 minus x1. So this is the equation, general equation for slope intercept form, that is y2 minus y1 is equals to m x2 minus x1. So what we will do for P5, P6 or any line which is partially visible, first we will find out the slope. So that is y2 minus y1 is equals to m x2 minus x1. Since we know what is x1 y1 x2 y2, what is actually x1 y1 will be P5 and P6. So this all those points x1 that is P5 point and P6 point will be known. So we can find out the slope, and slope for that line will remain same throughout that line. So that's first thing that we will find is the slope will get, that is m we will get from here. Next thing is we have to find out the P-5. So P-5 is nothing but the x and y coordinate. So in simple terms, whenever you will want to find out the coordinate for this, you have to see that the line is cutting the horizontal window or the vertical window. For example, if line is cutting the vertical window, vertical boundary of the window, you can say like that. If the line is cutting the vertical boundary of window, then we have to find y coordinate. Now why I am telling that we have to only find out y coordinate, that means what if I am talking about this P-5, this point has x and y coordinate and this line P5, P6 is cutting the boundary at vertical. So what I am telling is that when it is cutting the vertical boundary, you have to find out only the y coordinate. Why? Because you can see this is nothing but xw minimum. So when you cut this as vertical boundary, you know the x coordinate of that value. So when you use this equation as y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. Here x1 and y1 can be any point P5 and P6 which is known. We have to find out the x and y. Y is the unknown here and x we already know for this P-5, that is intersection point. How we know? Because it is cutting the vertical window and we know the windows x and y coordinate. So x we know here, so we can find out y value here from this one. Similarly, if line is cutting horizontal boundary, if line is cutting the horizontal boundary of window, then we have to find x coordinate. Now how I am saying this? If your line, that is the partially visible line, is cutting the horizontal boundary of this window, then we have to find only the x coordinate. Now why I am telling that? For example, if I am talking about line P7 and P8, the intersection point may be P-7, right? So if this is an intersection point, this is cutting the horizontal boundary of the window, that means that boundary is nothing but YW minimum, where it is YW max, right? So we know it is cutting the horizontal boundary of window, that is nothing but the YW minimum or YW max, whatever it is. So we know that value which is given in question, that is where we have drawn the window, right? So we know that y value here, so we will find only the x coordinate. For that the equation will be x minus x1 is equals to y minus y1 upon n. It is the same equation as this. I have just rearranged the term. So it will be x minus x1 is equals to y minus y1 upon m. M is the slope of the line which will be same for all points. x1 and y1 can be any point which is known, either for p5 p6 line it can be any, again for p7 p8 it can be any point which is a known point. X and y is the intersection point that we have to find out, and y here we know since it is cutting the horizontal boundary, and we will find out x value. So in this way we can find out the x and y value for the intersection point. Either it is cutting the horizontal boundary or it is cutting the vertical boundary. So in this way we have completed the Cohen-Sutherland line division algorithm. Thank you.